Today, I'm going to show you how you can be a great bartender, even if you're painfully shy. We're doing it right now. Hey there, Bar Tribe. It's Dave Allred, TheRealBarman here. Today, we're gonna talk about like what to do, like if you're shy and you don't know what to say and stuff. Okay, I'm being goofy, but seriously. That's how it was for me as a teenager, and even partway through my 20s. I was painfully shy. I didn't like to approach people. I didn't know what to say sometimes. I didn't want to ask for anything for fear of putting them out. All right? And as far as approaching girls or asking them out on a date, forget about it. It's a wonder I ever got married. All right? I can thank my wife, who's an extrovert, for not giving up on me. And I want you to know you're not alone, all right? There are a ton of bashful introverts out there like myself, and it can make daily life very difficult to navigate. It really can, all right? It's exhausting, I know. But today, I'm gonna give you a couple great strategies to help you overcome your shyness or your antisocial tendencies so you can become a bartender. And I've had this question many times before. So finally, this video is coming out because of an email I received the other day from a Matt B, who's already a student of the Real Bar course. He emailed me the other day, and let me bring it up here. He said, "Hello, Dave. Loving the course so far. I grade out the areas that don't really matter. I'm a little nervous because I'm not the most sociable person, but that's one of the main reasons I decided to go for this. Get out of my comfort zone and grow. I saw one of your videos that said you were also shy at the beginning. I was wondering if you have any pointers to help with this or any advantageous books, podcasts, etc. Also, what type of bar do you think would be the best starting point?" So we're not addressing Matt's second question in the video, but if you do want to know the best bars to work at starting out, you can go check out a video I made here, or you can watch it when this video is done, and then you'll have the answer to both of Matt's questions. So here we go. Let's go over some great strategies to help you overcome your shyness so that one, you can get off your ass and do something about it right now, and two, you can start making some real money bartending. So the first strategy for shy bartenders is to ask questions. Now, one of the great things about bartending for shy people is that you don't have to approach anyone and start up a conversation, which is something I used to hate to do. Because in this situation, people are going to walk in, they're going to sit down at your bar, or they're going to walk up to the bar, you're going to ask them what they want to drink, and they're going to give it to you. That's it. Conversation started. Now, if the bar is busy, you'll simply be making drinks, taking orders, taking money from them. There's no time to talk, so shyness doesn't factor in. But during slower or mellower times, you'll have people sitting at your bar, and since part of your job is to provide them a great customer experience, you're going to need to talk with them. All right, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to ask them questions. Why? Because people love to talk about themselves. I've sat and talked with someone for 30 minutes, and all I do is ask them questions, and they speak 98% of the time. And then when they get ready to leave, they're like, "Man, you're really easy to talk to." And I'm like, "Yeah, because you spoke about yourself the entire time." But in doing so, I made them feel good about themselves, which is my job. Okay, so then what questions should we ask? Well, here's some ideas, and then you'll see a pattern, and you can make up more on your own. All right, and I would write them down, all right? Put them on a piece of paper, bring them to work with you. Bring them, walk around town with them, fold it up, put it in your pocket, pull it out, read them, check it out, practice with them until you feel comfortable. You can ask them things like, "Do you live around here?" "Oh, where do you live?" "How long have you lived here?" "What do you do for a living?" "Do you like beer, wine, or cocktails the best?" "Which one's your favorite? What's your favorite cocktail?" Are you married? Do you have kids? Do you go to college? Where do you go to college? What do you like to do for fun? Do you like to travel? Where do you like to travel? All right, and then the best one, tell me more. Do you see where I'm going with this? They're not complicated questions, but it gets them talking about themselves. And you can have 50 more questions just like this to have in your arsenal. And once you're asking them questions, they'll probably ask you questions about your life, which is easy, right? You're just answering questions. You don't have to carry a conversation. And once you get going, it's going to become easy. Plus, if you're asking them questions, I guarantee you're going to get a much bigger tip because they're going to love you because you're making them feel good about themselves. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. And as great as that first strategy is, and I love it, the second strategy is even more powerful. All right. The first strategy focused on what? The words you say, the information coming out of your mouth, which is important, especially if you're not quite sure what to say. All right. It gives you that content that you might not come up with on your own. But even more important than that is your body language and how you say the things you say. All right, you may have heard that stat that 93% of all communication is nonverbal. meaning how you carry yourself, how you look at people, and the actual tone of the words that come out of your mouth. So what does this all mean exactly? How do we prepare for that 93% they're talking about? Sort of scary, right? Well, I have a great method for this that I call the act as if method. All right, stick with me here. Being a shy person, I know you'll relate to this because we shy introverted people are not very proud of being shy and introverted. And a more blunt way to put this is we're not very proud of who we are overall. All right, nobody's proud of being apprehensive. So I became aware of this strategy in my early 20s when I came across this philosophy in a book I was reading. I don't remember the name of the book. I should remember the name of it. But this actual quote came from Don Quixote, which is a fiction book. I wasn't reading that book. I was reading some self-help book. And they had taken this quote and they expanded on it. And I specifically remember the quote because it absolutely changed my life. And the quote said, "If you want to be a knight, act like a knight." Seems very simplistic and maybe even a little lame at first when you first hear it, but it's a powerful technique that can seriously change your life. And I'm not even talking about bartending at this point. All right, this can change who you are so you can go after anything you want, including bartending. And I'm not talking about changing your personality. Now, you should be proud of who you are. I'm sure you're awesome. All right, I'm talking about creating a better version of yourself so you're confident in who you are. So let me put it this way. Have you ever watched a movie and you were so intrigued or inspired by one of the actors or the characters in the movie that you just wanted to be them? I have. In fact, I'm most notable for wanting to be Jason Bourne. How cool is he? All right, he has 40 assassins and government agents chasing after him, and he's just running, right? They're sprinting, and he's just power walking down corridors and stairwells and fire escapes, and they can't ever catch him. And then he's beating people up with rolled up magazines and killing people with ballpoint pens. He's just so calm and cool. And what I love most about him is his certainty. He never doubts himself. And as a shy, introverted person, we're always questioning ourselves, yes? We're never sure about what we're doing. Certainty is a very attractive quality. So I'm getting off track, but what happened to me when I first started implementing this strategy was nothing short of remarkable. All right, so what I did was I picture who I wanted to be like Jason Bourne, or I love George Clooney in Ocean's 11, right? He's super suave. And I closed my eyes, and you need to try this exercise, all right? Do it when nobody's around, nobody's gonna see you. You need to choose someone who inspires you, someone who you want to be like, all right? Don't use mine, unless you want to, I don't care. And then sit down and close your eyes and imagine being that person. Imagine the way they talk. Imagine the way they walk. Imagine their confident posture. But most importantly, imagine how it feels to be them. And then get that surge of energy, that feeling going right through your body. Become them. More importantly, or more accurately, become their mannerisms inside of who you are. I know it sounds crazy, all right? But really think about this person you admire. And if you haven't thought of someone yet, stop the video and think of someone, and then start it up again. Got it? Okay, so close your eyes and see this person. What's their posture like? Are they slumped down like this? Or are they sitting up straight and confident, right? With their chin up, like they're looking for action instead of avoiding it. Do they make eye contact when they speak? Or do they just sort of look down at their lap and yes, very nice to meet you. All right, and then when someone's speaking to them, are they smiling and engaged? Or do they just sit there and look at them like a statue? All right, and when they speak, do they speak with certainty? All right, do they enunciate clearly and crisply? Or do they sort of mumble and just apologize the entire time? Just sorry. I'm sorry for being me. Can you see the difference? Can you feel how confident this person must feel? Use your imagination and become that person. Or to tell you the truth, you don't have to use someone else if you don't want to. Use this exercise to become the person you wish you were. But you can use someone else to inspire the mold if you want. Now, this transformation doesn't come in one day, all right? But acting as if you've become the person you wish to be already, and if you do it often, it starts to take effect, all right? It starts to mold you, starts to change your mind patterns. Your subconscious only knows what you tell it. It's a slave to your instructions. And if you start acting and feeling confident every day, that's who you start to become. But it all comes from the physical practice. All right, sitting up straight, making eye contact, speaking clearly and confidently. In other words, if you want to be a knight, act like a knight. All right? If you want to be an armadillo, act like an armadillo, whatever that means. All right, but I'm telling you, this strategy worked like magic for me, better than anything else I've ever done. All right, it contributed to my success in many different areas of my life, not just career-wise. And I'm not saying like I'm so great. I'm just saying from where I was to where I'm now is a long way. Okay, I've gone on long enough today. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully you don't think I'm a crazy person. I'm not. Go try it. See the difference and how it makes you feel. Loved having you here. I appreciate it. And remember, you are stronger and better than you think you are. Act as if and become the person you wish you could be. All right, I'll see you next time. I'm out.